Welcome to this complete GoHighLevel website builder tutorial for beginners. In this video, you're going to learn how to build a professional, fully functional website from start to finish using GoHighLevel. Whether you're building a site for your own business, for a client, or you're just getting started with GoHighLevel, by the end of this tutorial, you'll know exactly how to create a website that looks amazing, captures leads, and converts visitors into customers. We're going to cover everything you need to know. We'll cover how GoHighLevel websites are structured, we'll customize your branding the smart way, create all the pages your site needs, add forms and calendars to capture leads and book appointments, optimize for mobile devices, set up your SEO so you can actually rank your site #1 on Google, connect your own domain, and even add some custom code to add animations to your site. In this tutorial, I'll build a website for a plumbing business, but the strategies and frameworks I'll show you work for any niche. By the end, you'll know exactly how to build a GoHighLevel website for any type of business. If you don't have a GoHighLevel account yet, you can sign up using the link in the description to get an extended 30-day free trial. Alright, let's jump right in and start building. Section 1. Setting up your website. To get started, sign into your sub-account and click Sites in the left menu. At the top of the screen, you'll see several tabs, including funnels and websites. Now, funnels and websites are similar but serve different purposes. Funnels are typically used for specific marketing campaigns with a series of steps, like opt-in page to thank you page to sales page. Websites are more traditional multi-page sites with navigation menus. For this tutorial, we're focusing on building a website, but if you want to learn how to use the funnel builder, you can also check out this tutorial I made after you're done watching this video. So let's click on websites at the top. Here, click on a new website. Now you'll see two options, build from blank or build from a template. Unless you are an experienced web designer who understands layout, spacing, color theory, and user experience, I would start with a template. And even if you are an experienced website builder, templates can still save you hours of work. GoHighLevel has over 1,000 professionally designed templates, so there will probably be a few that match your needs. Click on From Templates and then click Continue. You'll now see the template library. Go ahead and filter by your industry by selecting a category in the left menu. This will filter it down to only the templates that are designed specifically for your industry. I'm creating a website for a plumbing business, so I'll select Home Services. As you scroll through, you can hover over a template and click Preview to see what the website looks like. To narrow it down a bit more, I'll search for plumbing in the search bar. I'm going to choose this modern plumbing template because it looks great. Once you've found the template you like, click on Choose Template. Section 2. How GoHighLevel websites work. Before we start editing and customizing, you need to understand how GoHighLevel websites are structured. This is really important because once you understand this hierarchy, everything else will make perfect sense. Everything in GoHighLevel is built using a hierarchy of 4 things: sections, rows, columns, and elements. Sections are the largest containers. When you hover over them in the builder, they're shown with green outlines. Think of sections as the big blocks that make up your page. Your hero section at the top with the headline and button, that's one section. Then this part with the white background is another section. This part with the service cards is another section, and so on. Rows are shown with blue outlines. Rows sit inside sections and help organize your content. A row is basically a slice inside a section. Most sections will have 2 to 3 rows in them. Columns are shown with a purple outline. Columns sit inside rows. This is where you start to create your layout. You can have one column taking up the full width, or you can have 2, 3, or even 4 columns side by side. This is how you create layouts, like having text on the left and an image on the right, or having 4 service cards sitting next to each other like we have right here. Elements are the actual content pieces. These are things like headlines, paragraphs, buttons, images, forms, videos, calendars, and more. These elements go inside your columns. Inside of a column, you can have multiple elements. So to recap, the hierarchy goes like this: section, then row, then columns, then elements. Sections contain rows, rows contain columns, columns contain elements. Once you understand this structure, building websites in GoHighLevel becomes much easier. Everything follows the same pattern on every page. Section 3. Setting up your brand board. Now, before we dive into editing the actual website content, we're going to do something that's going to save you a ton of time and make your entire workflow much faster. We're going to set up a brand board. This is the professional way to approach website building, and it's what separates beginners from people who really know what they're doing. The brand board is where you store your logos and your brand colors. Once you set this up, every single time you need to change a color anywhere on your site or add your logo somewhere, it's just one click away. You won't have to keep uploading the same logo over and over. You won't have to remember your hex codes or type them in repeatedly. Trust me, this is absolutely worth the 5 minutes it takes to set up. Let's go back to the main GoHighLevel dashboard, and in the left menu, click on Marketing. Then at the top, click Brand Boards. Here, click on Add Design Kit. You'll get a pop-up asking if you want to start from blank or use a template. If you have specific brand colors that you want to use, start from blank. Now we can actually create your brand board. In the left menu, you'll see 2 logo sections. In Logo 1, go ahead and upload your main horizontal logo. And in Logo 2, upload your square logo. Now comes the really important part. At the top, click on the color palette. This is where you'll add your brand's colors. Most businesses should have between 3 and 5 colors in their palette. Your primary brand color may be a secondary accent color, and then some neutral colors like light gray or white. Click Add and then click on the color. You'll see a color picker pop up where you can either click around to find a color or you can enter a specific hex code. If you already know your brand colors and have the hex codes, this is where you enter them. If you're not sure, you can use a tool like coolors.co to generate a color palette. I'll use the colors from this logo. Once you've added your logos and all your colors, click Save Board in the top right. Your brand board is now created and ready to use. Section 4, Setting Up Typography. Go back to your website and open up the home page. The next thing we want to do before we start editing individual elements is set up our fonts. This is another action that saves time and keeps everything consistent across your entire website. If you set your fonts globally now, every headline and every paragraph across all your pages will automatically use the correct fonts. You won't have to manually change fonts element by element. At the top of the builder, you'll see a toolbar with several icons. Click on the typography button. In the left menu, you'll see 2 main options here, headline font and content font. Headline font is what will be used for all your main headlines throughout the entire site. Any element that's set as a headline, subheadline, or title will use this font. For this example, I'm going to choose Roboto for our headline font. The content font is what will be used for all your paragraph text, descriptions, and body copy throughout the site. For this, font readability is the most important factor. You want something that's easy to read in both large and small sizes, and something that won't strain people's eyes when they're reading longer paragraphs. I'm going to choose Open Sans for our content font. Now every headline on your entire site will automatically use Roboto, and every paragraph will use Open Sans. If you ever want to change the fonts later, you just come back to this typography panel, change it once, and it updates everywhere. This is the power of setting things up globally. Section 5, Customizing your homepage. Alright, now that we have our brand board and typography set up, let's get to the fun part, customizing our website. Take a look at your homepage in the builder. At the very top, you'll see a navigation bar with a logo placeholder and some menu items like Home, About Us, Our Services, and Contact Us. Below that is what's called the Hero section. This is the big section at the top with a large headline, some supporting text, and usually a call to action button. As you scroll down the page, you'll see various sections for services, maybe customer reviews or testimonials, and a footer at the bottom. Let's start at the top with the logo. Click on the logo in the navigation bar. As soon as you click on it, you'll see the Properties panel appear on the right side of your screen. This is where all the settings and options for whatever element you've selected will show up. In the Properties panel, look for an option that says Image. Click on the image icon to upload your own logo. This opens your media library. Now, since we already uploaded our logos in the brand board, you'll see them right here in your media library. Simply double click on the logo to insert it. Your logo will now appear in the navigation bar, replacing whatever placeholder was there before. Now, you might notice it looks too big or too small. To change the size of an image in the Properties panel, look for a setting that says Width. This controls how wide your logo appears. I'm going to set mine to 200 pixels. You can adjust yours based on your specific logo dimensions. Some logos are wider, some are taller, so you might need 150 pixels or you might need 250 pixels. Adjust it until it looks proportional and professional. Here's an important tip. Don't set a height. Only set the width and leave the height blank. If you set both width and height, you might accidentally squish or stretch your logo and distort it. By only setting the width, the height adjusts automatically to maintain the proper proportions. Now I also want to move the logo a little bit to the left so it's centered in this yellow section. To do that, I'll go to Styles and slightly increase the padding on the right side. I'll set it to 20. And now, as you can see, this logo is perfectly centered. Now let's move down to the main headline in the hero section. This is usually the biggest text on your page, right in the middle of the top section. It probably says something generic like expert plumbing repairs. Click on the headline and you highlight all the text, then type your new headline. For this website, I'm going to write fast, reliable plumbing when you need it most. Notice how the font is already Roboto because we set that up globally. That's exactly what we want. The font size is probably good already, but if you want to adjust it, you can do that in the properties panel on the right by changing the font size. Now click on the subheadline at the top or bottom of the main headline. This is usually smaller text that provides a bit more detail or context. Highlight it and change it to something that supports your main headline and tells people more about what you offer. Then to change the text color, highlight the text and click on the color. Now here under brand colors, you'll find the colors we set up earlier. I'll select this yellow color. Now with this template, the subheadline is above my main headline. I would like it to be under the headline, so I'll click on the text and then click on this down arrow right here. That moves the text under the next element. Now let's look at the button below your headlines. Click on that button to select it. In the properties panel on the right, you'll see a section at the top that says General. Under General, there's a field labeled text. This is where you change what the button says. For a plumbing business, contact us is already a good call to action. Now let's make this button match our brand. Look for the background color option in the properties panel. Click on the color picker and again select a color from your brand colors. Now we need to change the text color on the button so it stands out against that orange background and matches your brand. You'll see a section labeled color. Click on that color picker and I'll select white from my brand colors. Now this button needs to actually do something when people click it. For a plumbing business, when someone clicks contact us, we want their phone to dial the business number. With the button still selected, scroll down in the properties panel until you see a section called button actions. You'll see a drop down with several options. Select call from the drop down. Then you'll see a field asking for the phone number. Enter your business phone number. Now when someone clicks this button on their phone, it will automatically dial your number. Now different types of business will often need different button actions. Later in this video, I'll show you how you can set up a pop-up with a form to capture the lead's information instead of having them call you. And I'll also show you how you can add appointment booking to your website. Next, let's customize the background of this hero section. Click somewhere in the empty space on the side. In the properties panel on the right, look for an option that says background. You'll see options for color, image, or video. I want to use an image, so I'll click on image. Now to upload an image, click on the image icon. For a plumbing business, you could, for example, upload a photo of your team in uniform next to one of your branded trucks, or a photo of a plumber working professionally on a job. Whatever image represents your brand and builds trust with potential customers. Once your image is in place, you might notice a problem. The text might be hard to read now because the image is too bright or has too many contrasting areas. To fix this, click on the background image opacity right here. You'll see options like none, light fade, half fade, and heavy fade. These make your image darker to make text more readable. I'm going to select heavy fade. Now your hero section has a professional image of your business and your white text pops out clearly against it. It looks professional, trustworthy, and immediately communicates what your business does. Save your work by clicking Save at the top right of the builder. Get in the habit of saving frequently so you don't lose any progress. Section 6, Editing and Adding Sections. Now let's scroll down the page and continue customizing. You'll see various sections as you go down. For example, let's customize this services section. I'll select the headline of this section and change it to our plumbing services. This clearly states what this section is about. Now let's customize these 4 service cards. Each card has an icon, a headline, some text, and an image. Click on a headline and change it to the name of one of your services. Click on the paragraph text below it and write a short description of the service. Go through each of these cards, updating the text and images. Now there are 4 service cards, but let's say you only have 3 types of services. In that case, hover over one of the columns and click on the trash can icon. It will then delete that service section. But now the spacing is off. To fix that, these 2 columns on the left need to have some space between them. Click on the middle column, Go to Styles and then click Margin and Padding. Here we can adjust the padding on the left of this column to match the padding on the right. Here's a quick extra tip. On GoHighLevel sites, you'll often find icons that you may want to customize. To do that, you can use this free website called Flat Icon to download custom icons. Now, under the services section that we just customized, there is this portfolio section. I don't need this, so I'll hover over it and click on Delete. Now let's add a completely new section that builds trust by showcasing your experience and credentials. Let's say you want it right after the services section. Hover your mouse between the two sections and you'll see this green plus sign appear right in the middle. Click on that plus sign. A menu will pop up showing different section width options: full width, wide, medium, and small. For most sections, full width works great. Click full width. Now you have a new empty section. To add a row inside this section, click on Add. You'll see options for how many columns you want. For this section, I'll add 2 columns. Click the plus sign inside the first column. Let's first add an image where I'll upload an icon. Click Image from the list. I'm going to add this simple icon representing a license certification. Now let's make it smaller by setting the width to 80 pixels. Below that, click the plus sign and add a sub-headline. To make it slightly bigger, I'll set the font size to 36 and the font weight to medium. Click the plus sign again and add a paragraph. In the paragraph, add some additional information. I'll set this font size to 23. Next, I'll also add some content to the second column. Now we've got a professional trust building section that immediately addresses common concerns people have when hiring a plumber. This builds credibility and reduces hesitation. You might notice that sections feel too cramped or too spaced out. You can adjust this easily with padding. Click in the empty background area to select a section. Under Styles, go to Margin and Padding. Padding is the space inside the section between the edge of the section and the content inside it. You can adjust padding for the top, bottom, left and right independently. For most sections, I like to add 40 pixels of padding to the top and 40 pixels to the bottom. This gives nice breathing room and makes the section feel spacious without being too spread out. Adjust the padding until your spacing looks professional and balanced. You can also adjust padding between elements. For example, if I click on this paragraph element and go to Styles, I can increase the padding at the top to increase the space here. Save your work frequently as you build. Take some time to go through the rest of the homepage and update every section to your liking. Don't forget to also change all the colors on the page to your brand colors and set the button actions to what you need for your business. Section 7. Creating additional pages. A website needs multiple pages. At minimum, you'll want a home page, an about page, a services page, and a contact page. Some businesses also add a reviews page, a special offers page, or a service area page. Click on Back. Here you'll see the pages that are currently included in your website. This template already had all of the essential pages, so I won't have to create any new ones. But if you want to create another page, just click Add New Page, give it a name, and confirm by clicking on Create New Page again. Now when you are creating a new page, you can select Use Existing or Create from Blank. If you click Use Existing, you can start editing your new page from a page you already have. So if you want to keep the same header, navigation bar, and footer from your homepage, select Use Existing. Then from the drop-down, choose your homepage. But I already have the correct pages set up, so I'll just click Edit on the About page. This page already looks pretty good. I'll just update it with my own text, images, and colors. Now the button on this page has Get a Quote as the call to action. I want to keep this consistent with the home page, so I'll update this to Contact Us and set the button action to call. Also, don't forget to upload your own logo on this page. Save your page when you're done. To switch to the next page, you can click on the page drop-down at the top, and then in the left menu, click on the next page you want to edit. I'll do my services page. On this page, you would expand on the services you offer. I'll add my services in these columns right here, and I don't need this section, so I'll delete it. For each service, include a headline, detailed description, and a call to action button to either call or book the service. Save the page when you're done editing. Finally, we'll quickly customize our contact page. On this page, we're going to add a lead capture element, which we'll set up in detail in the next section. For now, just customize the elements that are already on this page, such as this headline. Section 8, setting up a lead capture form. Now we're getting into one of the most important parts of your website, capturing leads. For a service business like plumbing, you need multiple ways for people to contact you because different people prefer different methods. Some want to call immediately, some want to fill out a form, some want to text. Let's set up a contact form that captures the information you need to qualify leads and respond appropriately. Click on the back arrow. Then in the top bar, go to Forms and click Builder. To create a new form, click Add Form in the top right. You can build it from scratch or start with a template. I'll start with this simple template. Then a form builder will open up with some default fields already in place. You'll probably see fields like full name, email, and phone number. First, let's give this form a proper name. At the top where it says the current form name, click on it and rename it to something like Service Request Form. This name is just for your internal organization. Now let's customize the fields for our business. The default fields are good, but for my business, I'll want to add some specific questions that help us understand what the problem is and how urgent it is. This form has a section with property information. I'll remove this since I don't need it. I also won't need the dwelling type, so I'll remove that too. On the left side of the form builder, you'll see a panel with available fields you can add to your form. I'll add a radio element. Make it full width and required. Click on that new field to edit it. I will change the label to How urgent is this? Then add your options below it. Let's add another field. I'll now drag a single drop-down field onto the form and also make this one full width and required. And I'll label this one. What service do you need? And then I'll list out my services. Now drag a multi-line text area field onto your form. This is a larger text box for longer messages. I'll label this. Please describe the problem in detail. This gives people space to explain what's happening. Now this is what a plumbing business would need. It may be different for your website, so add whatever information you need from a lead. Now let's make this form look good and match your brand. In the top right of the form builder, click on the section that says Styles and Options. For the layout, I'd recommend selecting a single column. Under Colors and Background, you can set the input background color and your form background color or image. To update the button color, click on the button and then the settings icon. Here under Colors and Background, you can set your preferred color. I'll change the button text to Request Service Now. Finally, I'll remove this image at the top of this form. Click Save in the top right. Now let's add this form to your website. In the Sites section, go back to Websites, then open your website and click Edit on the page you want to add the form to. Here I already have this form section, so I could just add my form there. But as you can see, this form is quite long, so that doesn't look great. So instead, I'll add a button and set the button action to Open Pop-up. Now click Pop-up Settings here at the top of the page and click Create New Pop-up. In the pop-up, click Add and add in the form we just set up. Then go to the pop-up settings and give it a name, for example, Form Pop-up. Then go back to the button and under Button Actions, select the pop-up. Then I'll adjust the sizing and padding of this button to center it and make it larger. Finally, I'll change the button color to my brand color and change the text to Request Service. Then click Save. Now instead of having this long form directly on the page, we can click the button and it will open the pop-up with the form. Section 9, adding a chat widget. A chat widget is perfect for capturing quick questions. Go back to the Sites section and in the top menu, look for Chat Widget and click on it. Click New to create a new widget. You can then select the type of chat widget. I'll use the live chat option. Now you can customize the style of your widget. In the section on the right, you can preview what it looks like. I'll change the greeting message to "Got a plumbing emergency, send us a message and we'll respond as soon as possible." You can change the widget color by selecting one of these templates or choosing your own custom colors. After customizing the style of your widget, go to Chat Window. If you don't have 24/7 support available, I'd recommend enabling live chat business office hours. By doing this, the visitor will get the option to enter their information when no one is available. When you're done editing, click Save. Now to add this form to your website, go back to your site and go to Settings. And under the chat widget, drop down, select the widget we created and click Save. Now the chat bubble appears on every page of your site. When someone messages, it creates a conversation in your GoHighLevel Conversations tab. Section 10, adding a booking calendar. For many types of businesses, you'll want to add a booking calendar so customers can schedule appointments themselves. To set this up, go to Calendars in your dashboard, create a new service calendar, configure your availability and appointment duration. Then create a new schedule service page on your website. Add the calendar element, select your calendar, and it will display all your available time slots. Then link your schedule service or book now buttons throughout your site to this page, and customers can book themselves in without any back and forth phone calls or emails. But this often doesn't work for home service businesses, since every appointment will have different scopes and durations, so I'll keep my button action set to call and the lead form pop-up. Section 11, Mobile Optimization. Optimizing your website for mobile is very important, since for many businesses, most of your traffic will come from mobile. Click the mobile icon at the top of your homepage editor, go through your entire website and make sure everything is readable and looks good. For example, if the header doesn't look good on mobile, you can select the row that contains the header and under Styles update it to only show on desktop, and then add another header and set that one to only show on mobile. Go through every page in the mobile view and make sure everything works. Section 12, SEO Optimization. SEO is very important to set up properly because it helps your website show up when people search for your services on Google. At the top of the website builder, click the SEO metadata icon. For your homepage title, include your business name, what you do, and your location. Keep it under 60 characters so it doesn't get cut off in search results. For the description, write a compelling pitch that tells people what you offer and why they should click. Include your main services, a key benefit, and a call to action. Keep this between 150 and 160 characters. Add keywords that your potential customers might actually type into Google. Focus on your main services and your location. 8 to 10 keywords is plenty. Don't stuff it with too many or repeat the same phrases multiple times. Set the author to your business name and you can upload your logo or, for example, an image of your team as the social image. You'll also want to add meta tags. Click Add. A pop-up will appear with two fields. One says name and one says content. In the name field, type geo.region. In the content field, type your state in this format US-TX if you're in Texas, or US-CA if you're in California, or whatever your state abbreviation is. Click Add. Now click Add meta tag again to create a second one. In the name field, type geo.placename. In the content field, type your city name, like Austin or Los Angeles or whatever city your business is in. These meta tags tell Google where your business is located, which helps you show up when people search for services in your area. Click Update SEO metadata, then repeat this process for each page with unique titles and descriptions that accurately reflect what that specific page is about. Section 13, Connecting a custom domain. To connect a custom domain, click Connect Domain at the top. Here, if you already own a domain, click on Connect Domain. If you don't own a domain yet, you can click on Purchase Domain here, or you can buy a domain through a service like GoDaddy. I already have a domain, so I'll click Connect Domain. Then type in your domain name and click Continue. Make sure this is turned on and click Continue again. GoHighLevel will then give you some DNS records. Go to your domain registrar, in my case GoDaddy, and open your DNS settings. Here add the required DNS records. DNS propagation can take up to 48 hours, but it's usually very fast. Click on Verify Records. When the domain is connected, click on Manage and then Connect right here. Now select Website, and from the drop-down select the website we just created. Finally click Proceed to Finish and your domain will now be connected to your website. Section 14, Advanced Features. Now I'll show you how you can add custom effects to elements on your website using code. For example, I'll click on a service card, then go to Styles and add the custom class, service-hover. Then click the paintbrush icon at the top and paste this code. I'll add a free public document in the description where you can copy this code. This makes cards grow slightly when you hover over them. So this is what it looked like without this animation, and this is what it looks like with this animation. Now you can do a lot more stuff with custom code. For example, I can also add a moving gradient to my background image. If you want me to make a video where I show you some of the coolest effects you can add to your website, let me know in the comments. Section 15, Testing and Publishing. Before publishing, preview all of your pages and test everything systematically. Click all your navigation links to make sure they go to the right pages. Click every button, especially your call to action buttons, to verify they work. You can also submit your service request form with test information and check if it creates a contact in your GoHighLevel dashboard. Book a test appointment and verify it appears in your calendar, and send a test chat message and check if it shows up in your Conversations tab. I'd also recommend testing your website on your actual phone, not just the mobile preview. Go through every page and make sure everything works smoothly. Finally, go to pagespeed.web.dev and check your speed score. Above 70 is good. If it's lower, you'll want to optimize your images and icons. Fix any issues you find and then click Publish in the top right. Your website is now live. So now you have the skills to build websites for other businesses and charge them money for it, or you can simply build a website to generate leads for your own business. If this GoHighLevel website builder tutorial was helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. And again, you can use the link in the description for a 30-day GoHighLevel trial instead of the standard 14 days. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.